How have you seen the commercial model change, evolve? What are you seeing out there today?
Well, the world is a very different place, Kevin. I think we have to put the commercial model in the context of what the client is trying to achieve. One of the questions that continues to bewilder me and confuse me is when someone says, "What's your commercial model?" We at Trascent, we don't have one commercial model. It's our clients who have a preference for what commercial model is going to deliver their business strategy and outcomes. Commercial model is a way to compensate a strategic partner for services, which is itself a complex issue because that you may have 80 services that need to be compensated for. I think it's a misguided question if somebody asks me, what's the commercial model? The commercial model is a bespoke contractual instrument created. I mean, Kevin, you and I have worked on a financially distressed company that had to outsource everything within a period of a month, okay? That was facing severe financial distress. We've worked on a client that was growing at 30-40% per year. We worked recently on a client that wanted a 15% reduction in the first 12 months. We have another client that wants a gentle incremental efficiency improvement over 5 years. It is not possible that one commercial model will address all of those business situations. Some care more about growth, flexibility, agility. Others care more about predictability. In fact, what I see, Kevin, today is the commercial model is really a hybrid. I mean, you will have multiple commercial models based upon service line, lease administration, brokerage, projects, facilities management. But in addition, in those, you will have a hybrid perhaps of cost plus, of fixed, of unit price, depending on what the client objectives are. So I think there is no one commercial model today. At least at Trascent, every commercial model we build is bespoke for a client based upon their objectives. And let's not forget, Kevin, the commercial model is only one element of the contract. Multiple pieces have to come together. I think the belief that somehow the commercial model is the only element that will drive the right behavior, this is again misguided. How you solve problems, how you work things out with a strategic partner who is an enterprise partner is even more important than having the right commercial model in place sometimes. So I think people have to understand what is the place of the commercial model. Now, incentives are crucial, but remember, they might represent 3 to 4 to 5% of the overall value of the deal. So it will have a limited impact, but a very important impact. And the client needs to be directed to where they want the focus of the supplier partner on. Where should the highest standard of care be provided by your strategic supplier partner is what the incentive model is going to do. It is not something that's going to be peanut butter spread across everything the contract has. I think that's another thing I think clients need to keep in mind. And lastly, I think there's also misguided belief that if we put windfall incentives in place, and windfall is bidirectional. Windfall could be severe and significant upsides, but also severe and significant downside. Okay, somehow if we put that kind of system in place where, there's 80%, 100%, 300% upside, there's 300-400% downside, I think those models can also be very risky, can actually not drive innovation at all. They could actually suppress innovation and may even take the outcomes in a direction that's opposite of what the contract intends. Substantial reduction in service level, huge shared savings, dissatisfied clients, but also sometimes too much risk on the supplier, which stifles flexibility, stifles behavior, loss of talent on the account. So I think windfall agreements are also to be avoided. I think the days of putting together a 5-page statement of work with some high-level commercial principles, nothing is detailed or defined, there's no financial accountability matrix. To me, that's a recipe for disaster. Okay? Just simply relying upon goodwill and good intent, those days are gone. We are dealing with multi-billion-dollar contractual agreements that are expected to perform in highly volatile economic environments that are covering 80, 60, 100 service lines. They're constantly expanding, shrinking based on the business priorities. I think those are some factors clients need to consider. when it comes to commercial models.